Hello, and welcome to When God is Silent, Finding Faith in the Middle of Emotional Drought. I'm Elva, and I'm a board certified Christian counselor. If you've ever prayed and you waited and still felt like heaven was silent, this message is for you. Today, I want to talk about what it means when God feels silent and how we can find peace, faith, and purpose in the middle of that silence. First, we want to acknowledge the reality. And let's be honest, feeling distant from God doesn't make you a bad Christian, but it does make you a human one, right? So even the most faithful in Scripture experienced this. Like Job, he said, I cried to you, O God, but you do not answer. David, he cried out, how long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? And Jesus on the cross said, my God, why have you forsaken me? God's silence doesn't mean his absence, but in the moment, I know it can feel like emotional suffocation. Second, there's psychological impact of silence. Now, as a counselor, I've sat with people in deep despair. I often hear things like, I don't feel God anymore, or why isn't he answering me? Or what did I do wrong? Now, that emotional weight is pretty heavy. Now, psychologist Martin Seligman, he said positive emotions undo negative emotions. They don't erase them, but they help us reframe them. Now, Scripture echoes this. Consider it pure joy, and my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know the testing of your faith produces perseverance, and that's James 1, 2 through 3. Now, there's growth happening in the silence. You may not feel it, but you are being formed. Now, what might God be doing in the silence? What is God doing in the silence? Sometimes he's calling us to deeper faith, or he's removing distractions, or inviting us to listen differently, not with our ears, but with our soul. And C.S. Lewis once said, God whispers in our pleasures. He speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pain. Now, transformational psychology teaches us that deep change comes not from comfort, but from surrender. And silence often leads us right there. Now, there's practical tools for silent seasons. If God feels silent right now, here are a few things you can do. You could keep a lament journal. Write your prayers, even if they're messy. Use breath prayers like, Jesus, have mercy, or Lord, I trust you. Stay connected. Don't isolate. Reflect on God's path faithfulness. Let worship wash over you, even if your heart feels numb. Keep listening. And above all, don't stop showing up. You don't have to feel God to be faithful. Even Jesus didn't feel God in the Garden of Gethsemane, but he still obeyed. Friends, if you're walking through a silent season, hold on. You're not forgotten. You're not abandoned. You are being refined. Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. Stillness doesn't mean God isn't working. It means he is God and we are not. So he's working in the silence, and so are you. If this message encouraged you, share it with someone who might need it. Drop a comment below. I would love to hear how God is meeting you in the quiet. And if you need deeper support, visit me at elvachase.com. I offer faith-based counseling sessions and group programs to walk with you. Remember, you're not waiting alone. God is still speaking even when he's silent.